Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with round 2 of the exhibition of Grand Arena Championships. This is week 1 of the 5-week tournament. This is the board that my opponent set. I'm going to show you what I had to go through for his defenses. Up top, he's got some bounty hunters up there, and then he's also got his Karth team. He chose Django lead for his bounty hunters, and then just a standard Karth team. So I already checked the speeds as far as his bounty hunter team goes, and my Imperial troopers will outspeed him no problem. So that being the case, we're just going to go ahead and start knocking things out. So you guys have probably seen me use this counter before. It's probably my favorite counter to use as long as your Stark outspeeds their bounty hunters. Without Bosk as the lead, they're a lot squishier. They don't get that extra defense. So as long as you can get that quick kill, you can just go around and keep getting the turn meter and knocking them down like nothing. And that's what you see happening here. Again, my M troopers though are pretty souped up, set for high damage. So able to rip through that for a good 60 banners, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, here he's got his Karth team, and I went ahead and took in my first order, the crew team. Probably my favorite counter to use against the Karth team because it's pretty reliable. As long as you got a decent first order team, and I do, double Zeta crew, Zeta on Kylo, Zeta on Stormtrooper, and everybody's modded, pretty decently. It's all about tanking out the dots that they managed to put down. And crew and Kylo, they don't take full damage from all those. They get reduced percent health damage. So it's good if you can keep getting crew to tank. Got a nice fast Xylo there. So as long as he keeps doing his AoE, he's going to feed turn meter to the team. And I just got to keep working on, getting their protection down. And then Zalbar will gain taunt whenever they go under protection and start eating into health. So I got to make sure I'm ready to dispel that, and that way I can keep working on somebody before they heal up. Right there, I got Mission down to Red Bart. Now she's gone. She's the main damage dealer. Stuck behind Taunt, but got rid of that. Just focusing on who I can, and there's Canderous. He's gone. Now I'm going to put some work in on the rest of them. We got Karth as the next squishiest, and you can see how first order work. They got full health, and they'll have full protection once I can get rid of some of these and start dragging the battle out. You want to buff them up so they gain their health and protection back, and then we can get a full 60-point banner win. So that's all I'm going to do is just work back and forth on these two, put in some work on Zalbar, trying to also look at my guys and see what moves can I do that's going to heal up that last bit of protection. And do I have to worry about any bit of damage coming from Zalbar or coming from Juhani? And so you can see they're pretty well healed. And I just keep working down on Zalbar. One of the things you got to watch out for if he's got his Zeta on is him gaining back the protection. And you can stop that if you can get healing immunity on him. So every now and then you'll see me hit with the basic on Xylo, because that way you can put the healing immunity down. And it gives you a chance to get a leg up on him and do some damage without him gaining health and protection back. Other than that, it's just standard business as usual. Can't really touch Juhani because she's stealth. Meanwhile, Executioner's damage is going to keep ramping up every time. And so you want to keep throwing turn meter over to him from First Order Officer. That way he can do his thing. And now you can see I'm finally starting to make a little bit of headway on Zalbar there. It's still pretty tough. Even with my Xylo's AoEs, he's set for crit damage and got a lot of offense on him. And he's having a hard time taking some damage off. So this is where that healing immunity really does come into play and help you out a bit. So finally got him Red Bart. Now he's out of there. Now with Juhani, it's, it's nothing. Got her stunned. Just knocking her out. And there she goes. So 60 banners for that team. On to the next zone. Alright, let's see what he's gotten back. He's got a Kira team, Scoundrels, and then he's got a Bastila team, which that's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's tricky because it's designed for them to get the extra protection and be harder for you to kill. If you don't have the right team, you're going to struggle getting through them. So you don't see too much of those these days because people use her in a Revan team as a DR counter. Let's go ahead and go down south. He's got his Grievous team and he's got some Geos down there. Show you what I use here. I took my Padme team in versus his Grievous team. I already know that they do pretty well. So I went ahead and took also Xeris in there. She's really good for the passive heals, and then her active healing ability that she's got definitely comes in handy to make sure you don't lose somebody important like Ahsoka or Anakin, or especially Padme. If you just get a bad run and they take out Padme, your team is sunk. So got to be careful with that. I like to try to focus on B2. He's going to be the main source of turn meter. You know, you want to get rid of him, and that way he can't keep going and blasting you with buff immunity and target lock and everything that he does. So get him out of there. You don't have to worry. And then start working on everybody else. You can't really work on Grievous because then he'll just mark another droid and, you know, you'll have to switch focus off him. But start working on everybody else. Do what we can. Go after Magna there. Gotta hit him because of the taunt. The good thing is, Ahsoka, whenever you can get her to assist with her Zeta, which I have, she'll go ahead and use her basic and dispel the taunt. So that way you're not stuck on him the whole time if you want to go against somebody else. But got rid of Magna there, so now I just got B1 and Droidica. And I'm not too familiar with Droidica. Mine's not even activated yet. I haven't geared him up or anything. I know he gets damage immunity and nothing else really to do. So I just keep focusing on, okay, as long as my characters can heal up and not die. Keep using Padme's ability to get some extra protection up. Got retribution on everybody. And that helps kill B1, you know, take his stacks down a bit. Keep working on him. Now Grievous gets a little taste. And got them all down to red barred. But as you can see, he's got Droidica marked and there's nothing I can do. So no sense wasting GK's dog pile there. We'll just keep at it. Just got to tank out GK's hits. But right here's a good time for Anakin's AoE, so boom. 55 banners, you know, not too bad. I'll take it. This, God, if you guys haven't fought these, Geonosians are a pain. And his didn't even have the Zeta. And so I misread that. I hadn't really worked on my Geos, on my Alpha. Haven't really paid attention. And I know that the Zeta is what adds the brute right at the beginning of combat. And I thought if they didn't have that, then they couldn't have that brute. So you only had to fight 5, not 6. I missed the part in the ability where Alpha can just summon the brute. So that sucks. But the fact that he only has a 5-star Alpha works in my favor. I mean, if it was G13, I would have been screwed. Because I didn't really mean to take in this EP team. You know, I thought it was going to be a 5-on-5. Like I said, I didn't read the description and know what I was doing. I also wanted to try this out. It didn't work against a G13. I tried in some arena testing. But right there I was able to take IPD and blow up Alpha. And once you get rid of him, he can't summon another brute. And they don't get that health equalization. That's part of his unique ability, where he gives them that hive mind buff. So once he's gone, it's just like if you had troopers and, you know, Veers was gone. So he's the engine that drives it. So now it gets a heck of a lot easier. But now I'm down to 4. So it does cost you on points. And you don't have that extra functionality of your IPD. But I'm able to, knock him down here bit by bit. And that's what I'm doing. That's why the EP team's pretty good. Because you can lay down some debuffs. And the shock is really nice. The stun too, but the shock is really good for controlling them with their health and worrying about, if someone's going to taunt like Sunfac. So having that shock is kind of nice. I do like the stuns, and I do like that I have a shore trooper there to heal up and try and keep everybody alive a little bit. Other than that, you just do what you do with the EP team, which is lay down debuffs and try and take them out, one by one until you can get a decent culling blade in there. And there we go. Now it's down to 2. So much, much easier. If I would have left Alpha in there and they would have kept equalizing, then you basically have to keep going until you kill them all at the same time. So not pretty by any means. 53 banners. Hey, I'll take it. I didn't have to waste a meta team for it. Okay, with that, we got his back zone open there. See if he's got any surprises hidden. And he's got a Nightsister team with Towson lead. And then he's got his first order back there. That's not too bad because I have reliable counters. I know what I'm going to use for each of those teams. So I'd much rather see that than a hidden Jedi Revan or a hidden Darth Revan back there. Now we're going to go ahead and go up top. He's got that Scoundrel team there and the Bastila team. So I'm going to show you what I use for those. I already have my counters in mind, so this will work out great. For the Scoundrel teams, if I can, I like to use CLS if I have that luxury, because you can, right off the bat, just focus down on Vandor, get rid of him, use Han's stun, and then once you switch your stance with CLS, that can usually take him out. Then you don't have to worry about the constant revives. Otherwise, you'll get trapped behind working on L3, and she'll keep being revived over and over. You can see that doesn't happen here with Vandor gone. I was able to knock out L3. Probably could have undermanned this one and gone, maybe left out R2. But I'm not a big fan of that. I know my opponent went light on defense, and so that's something you always had to worry about. When they don't put any meta teams down on defense, yes, it makes it easier for you, but it also means they have that much more firepower to attack you with. So that has got to be a concern in the back of your mind. But I'm not a big fan of going undermanned unless I absolutely have to. So 60 banners there, I'll take that all day long. Now we got his Bastila Jedi team. I got my Jedi Knight Revan. Of course, they can smoke a Bastila team, so no worries here. Probably could have gone undermanned with this one too, but I don't like to take chances. I think it's stupid. Some people will underman it because they're so confident, and then guess what? You lost out on health or protection, or you just plain lost because whatever happened. And it's only one extra point. And if that one extra point is the difference between me winning or losing, I mean, God, I don't deserve to win. Like, if my opponent can beat me by 1 point like that, and it's because I didn't underman something, oh well. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that before, but here I am working on his team and got rid of Bastila. Now it's easy. She's the main damage dealer. Nothing really to worry about here. Just start taking them out one by one. You can see my team is buffed to the gills. And so it's not a problem. As long as they can keep the buffs up, Foresight's knocking out half the attacks. And then the rest of them, they're gaining, it's not even getting through their protection up. So no big issues with this team. Just take them out one by one and collect your 60 banners. Even got Hermit Yoda in there to make sure they all got protection. Again, this is probably overkill, but once you kill the first 2 zones off and you can see the back, you have that luxury. There's no sense leaving extra strong teams on your bench and not using them. I mean, what good is that going to do me? So now that you can see I'm knocking this team out and there's nothing really to make commentary about, I will tell you my opponent was a pretty good guy. He messaged me right at the beginning. He's like, good luck in your grand arena, and pretty chatty, which is always great. I like people that like the game and want to learn about the game and learn about the strategies. And he's like, we can compare notes after this. And I'm always down to see how my teams did. Real quick, here's my Traya team versus his Nightsisters. This is a pretty good counter. A lot of people use it. Lately, I've liked to use Padme because it seems to be a bit more reliable. But Traya definitely gets the job done. Except, I just don't like that you can't get your protection back. So you're always going to end up with, 55 banners or possibly even less because there's no way to gain back any of that protection. But I did go in and I left out Sith Assassin. That was going to be my 5th. So I 4-manned this one just to get the 1 undermanned feat. I'm not really a big fan of those undermanned feats, but I wanted to do it just to get the 1, and then because Sith Assassin's so squishy that she's going to die anyway. So if I just leave her off, she's not going to add that much benefit if she was there. And this way I'll at least get the points for her not being there. And so I don't have to worry about losing points for health, protection, or her dying. And I just figure if I can put some work in on these Nightsisters, it should still work fine with 4-man. You can see right here I get trapped behind Zombie Taunt, which is something you got to keep an eye on, and it gets frustrating. That always seems to happen at the wrong time. Like Zombie will go and then DN comes up with Annihilate, so you can't annihilate the one that you want. But it's just something you got to deal with. You're not really in danger of dying, health-wise. It just takes a long time sometimes to get around that Zombie Taunt. So right here I got Traya's Isolate. You can throw Isolate on Zombie, and that way you don't have to worry about Taunt for a little bit. That way once Annihilate does come back around, you can actually use it. But once you start killing people, the regular way, then of course Zombie's going to die for him and lose that Isolate. So that's why we go ahead and get our Annihilate in. Now I can get a kill in, kill Daka there. And that's why Zombie dies and loses that Isolate. Then you got to worry about Taunt again. But that's okay because I got a minute before Annihilate comes back up. So just keep plugging away. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Try and keep everybody alive. Once you get Scions held by Hatred off, and that way he's always got that where he can just heal himself back up, and you don't have to worry about if he dies because he'll come right back. So it's good to kind of keep that one in your back pocket. If you don't have to use it, don't use it. So do a Drain Force there. Keep working on him. I got that Isolate up again, so I can throw that back on Zombie. That'll give me a chance to, when DN's Annihilate comes back up, I'll be able to use it on whoever I want. And here we go. Here's Annihilate. This time, and you guys comment and tell me who you pick. I don't know. I don't know the preferred kill order and all that. I chose to Annihilate Daka. That way I didn't have to mess with her trying to revive anybody. But then as soon as I do that, then Asajj goes and kills Sith Troopers. So maybe I should have annihilated Asajj because she has the most damage. You think? I don't know. Like I said, you guys let me know and tell me what you think. I know there's some Nightsister experts out there and people that use this counter all the time. I've used it a few times and it works. But again, by no means am I an expert at this. Now I'm down to just stupid Spirit and Zombie. Got an Annihilate up, but it doesn't help me at all. So thankfully, there goes Isolate again. You can see the clock's starting to wind down, so you don't want to get stuck with, Zombie at the end and not being able to get who you got to get. But I was able to knock it out there for 55 banners, so Thankful for that. And then I got his crew team. And the preferred counter for me anyway is JTR. I've used this several times. And since I have Thrawn left, I'll go ahead and use him. I went ahead and took out Finn. Normally I use Finn for the stuns, but in this case I'll go ahead and use Thrawn. That way he can throw Fracture on there and do his turn meter swap if I need it, and top up protection. That way I'm sure to get 60 banners. Again, like I said, I'm trying to go for efficiency, but not crazy stupid efficiency where I have to underman everything because, you know, because I need to 3 and 4 man it. So I'm not going to play that way. But like I said, I got Thrawn. Might as well use him. I don't get any extra points for leaving him on the bench, and I don't need him elsewhere. So here we go. Just putting in work like JTR normally does. And the team works fine. You just get that bit of extra, you know, with Thrawn there instead of Finn. So I have him. Might as well use him. I got Stick Ray. She does pretty good damage. I actually like her because as long as you don't have the Zeta and she doesn't put the daze, she doesn't put any effects, her attacks are just straight damage. So she doesn't help heal the First Order at all. I guess this is a case where having her Zeta actually could hurt you, you know, damage-wise. She would put daze up and they'd gain back 5% health and protection for gaining that status effect. People don't think of that. But it doesn't matter. Down to just Xylo now. So putting in some work on him, trying to make sure everybody's topped off to 60 banners. You know, so I can get full health, full protection. He's fractured. He's not going to do anything. Illuminated Destiny going off there. And send that over to BB-8 to get some healing immunity. And now Ray's big hit. There we go. So just working on Xylo, and that's about it. Got turn meter swap and protection, but I think everybody's topped off there. So there we go. 60 banners for that one. Take that all day long. So there we go. There's my board. I went and did all my moves before my opponent attacked. I got 1903, and he still hadn't made a move. But this morning I was chatting with him on Discord, and he actually dropped by my Discord server, and we were messaging about what he used against my teams. And, you know, he really just had an off day. He struggled right from the get-go and ended up losing against a Karth team. And once you lose once, when you're trying to do the efficiency game, that's it. So unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I guess, I was able to get the win. There's a shot of the board now, and that's the final score. You can see my 1903 to his 1788. Like I said, this guy, he was a really good guy. We chatted on what teams he used against mine and what strategies are working. And I really like that. And if you guys get the chance to talk to your opponents, do it. Anytime you can get good information about the way your defense is performed, that's always good info to have. We'll catch you guys next time. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.